Don't say anything. Like, don't laugh.
Alright. Here you go. Oh. How's that? Alright. Today I'm here to explain the consequences of distracted driving and why current punishments need to be strengthened in order to prevent people from continuing this dangerous habit. Did you know over the last 10 years, over 3,000 deaths and 431,000 injuries have been caused by distracted driving? Accidents such as these could have been easily avoidable. As many of you, not all of you, in the audience are drivers, and will use this information to raise your awareness on an issue that needs to be prevented. I, myself a driver, have found this issue very, very disturbing and even quite frightening. After researching this problem, I've come to know more of an issue that needs to be addressed, not only by everyone, but immediately, to prevent further deaths and injuries of loved ones. In order for you to understand the depth of this issue, first I will talk about what defines distracted driving and how easily it is to become distracted. Then I will demonstrate the outcome of these distractions on your overall performance while driving. And lastly, I will help you understand why there needs to be harsher punishments for those who continue this potentially fatal habit. According to the ADT-SCA, or the American Driver and Safety Traffic Education Association, at 55 miles the average freeway speed, if you look away from the road for a mere 4.6 seconds, the vehicle will travel the length of a football field. This means that a person, almost blindly, travels this entire length while going speeds that can plow through a house. Distracted driving is at any time the driver moves their focus from the road or the primary task is not driving. Distracted driving includes eating, using a cell phone, grooming, reading maps, adjusting the radio, or even talking to somebody in the vehicle. A 2011 study by the CDC, or the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, evaluated the effects of distracted driving on drivers. 7 out of 10% of these individuals reported that even prior to the study, just 1 month, had read or responded to text while they're behind the wheel. Evaluated by the study, each and every day in the US there are over 1,100 injured and 7 deaths caused by distracted driving. Incredibly, also stated by the study, 31% of drivers between the ages of 18 and 34 have reported they have sent or read text while behind the wheel. According to Safe Motorists, a company dedicated to laws regarding driving, talking on the cell phone is almost as equally dangerous as reading and writing text. According to the study, those who use their cell phones are 4 times more likely to be in a traffic accident. As the conversation continues, whether through phone or even somebody next to them, the driver's attention on the road decreases, therefore reduces the reaction time to any sort of traffic change. A study conducted by the Center for Cognitive Brain Imaging discovered that the motions of conversation, be them talking and responding, interfere with the part of the brain dedicated to processing space. Meaning that while a driver may seemingly have their attention on the road, talking on the phone via cell phone, Bluetooth, or even text message, that their mental attention on the road is physically and mentally impaired. According to Boston Globe, a research organization, habits like listening to the radio or a book on tape range from a distraction level that rises from anywhere between 25% and 75%. This means that a driver has to spend twice the amount of attention on driving as they normally would. In addition, talking on the cell phone requires 250% amount of the mental strain that it takes to drive, meaning an average driver such as you, myself, or you in the audience have to spend 4 times the mental capacity of a driver. With these dangerous levels of distraction, accidents are bound to occur and have devastating, if not tragic, outcomes. Lastly, there will be continued accidents and deaths on the road if we do not succeed in promoting harsher punishments for those who continue or drive distracted. Many drivers today, new and experienced, are distracted not by necessity but by choice. Drivers have the option to make a very simple and effective outcome by just opting to refrain from making simple mistakes such as talking on the phone or even picking up something that fell. Even though there are bans against cell phone use, even today here in Texas, I, like many of the drivers, still notice people using their cell phones. Apparently, these punishments are not significant enough to deter people from using their cell phones or participating in other actions that cause distracted driving. As we see here, there is just a simple sign saying handheld house is prohibited. While the current punishments of cell phone use, along with participating in other other activities involving distracted drivings, have deterred a portion of the population, it has not been significant enough to substantially reduce any related accidents, which can potentially and ultimately cause death. In fact, according to a study by the IHS, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety concluded that after laws imposing all driver bans of cell phone use while on the road, the most common form of distracted driving, that there has been an increase in crashes for drivers younger than the age of 25. The president of the IHHS, Adrian Lund, states, "Neither texting bans nor bans on handheld phone use have reduced crash risk." This statement, coming from the president of an organization that collects highway safety data, shows the significance of how little these laws regarding cell phone use deters drivers from potentially fatal habits. Too many accidents are caused by distracted driving, all because current laws against it are too weak, and people tend to disregard these laws as the punishments are not enough to refrain from potentially injuring and even killing other people. If people were more scared against the punishment, these accident rates for drivers would substantially decrease. If this issue does not change, all drivers, including us in the audience, are bound to come in contact with one of these distracted drivers. This happened to John Gordon, age 35, a late law enforcement officer and father of 2 children. While riding his motorcycle one night, a driver swerved, killing John Gordon instantly. After further investigation, it showed that the driver was using his cell phone at the time of the incident. All of you should vote for harsher punishments or even refrain from distracted driving yourselves the next time you're on the road. Next time you're on the road at a stoplight, look at the drivers right next to you and notice if they're actually using their cell phone or paying attention to the road. You should feel safe on the road, not terrified that there is a potential that somebody who is distracted may plow into your vehicle just because they are distracted. Remember, pay attention to the road, your cell phone away.